Hello again, everybody.
Welcome back. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Stef. And this is the
Jeff and
Stef Show. Today we will be exploring the world of what is Chewy chocolate chip cookies.
this is our second episode. In the first episode, we did the crispy and crunchy, and in this episode, the soft and chewy. So let's bring them on out. The chocolate chip cookies we will taste test today are the Chips Ahoy Chewy, the Simply Mills Soft Bake, the Keebler Soft Bake, the Pepperidge Farm Montauk Milk Chocolate, however you pronounce that, and the Great Value brand of Chewy Chippers.
All right.
So for our first one, let's go ahead and pull out my baseline, of course, the Chewy Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Well-known brand.
Last time.
Yep, same as last time with the crunchy, but we're trying the chewy.
Mine almost has a face in it. I like how my chocolate chips are all aligned right here.
That is almost a face. Right, one off.
One
You got
eye.
lucky. They're chewy.
Definitely soft.
So what do you think?
Not bad. Good for a baseline.
Yeah? You like chewy over crunchy?
Any day.
Let's go ahead and rate these.
For my average, it was a 69.4. Right there in the middle, very average, very close to 70.
That is kind of average. Mine came out to a 63.6. I reduced some points on smell, and I reduced some points on texture. When I was getting them out, they were all kind of stuck together, so, I don't know if that's good or bad on the texture, but they were all kind of smashed together in the package, so I reduced a little on that. And for some reason, I don't smell anything. I think I smelled more on the crunchy chocolate chip cookies than I did at least on this one. On this one, I couldn't smell anything, so.
I agree.
And we'll get our next chocolate chip cookie out, the Simply Mills Soft Bake.
Great. Simply Mills soft baked chocolate chip cookie. And look how thick this baby is.
It's a thick one. It is almost cake-like. I definitely have a smell on this one. Kind of smells like, actually I don't know what it smells like, but.
Smells like it's kind of fresher than the others.
It's definitely drier. Oh my gosh.
It smells kind of more flowery.
Falling apart.
Definitely soft.
Has a very unique taste to it. I don't know what that is. It's a flowery taste, almost like a wheat cookie, or like a wheat. They use wheat flour or something. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. So my overall score for this actually went up a little bit, and I think that had to do with the smell. It has more of a smell than the other ones, so I increased that. I did reduce it on texture because I don't like the floury, crumbly type of cookie. The taste went down a touch, but I think overall the smell is what brought it up to being just slightly above the other. If it wasn't for the smell, everything else was roughly the same. I thought the box looked nice. I don't think it's too crazy. It's definitely simple. I kind of like that. But yeah, what do you got?
Okay. For me, this went down by about 2 points to a 67.6. Although I did give it a better color score, it did go down in packaging because it was not resealable. It was kind of hard to get out. And then taste. It does kind of have a weird taste to it. I can't put my finger on it, but maybe a little bit floury. It did go up in smell, although I'm not sure if it's a better smell or a great smell, but it did have more smell, so I give it a couple points extra for that.
So next up, we will bring out our Keebler one to try.
And now that we've gotten our Keebler ones out, what? Looks like a Fig Newton.
It does.
This is what this reminds me of. A Fig Newton with maybe chocolate chips in the middle. Let's find out.
I was going to say, the last time I've had these, they don't have any on top, but they're all inside of the cookie. They're not actually displayed prominently on the outside of a cookie like a lot of the other ones. So yeah, let's try these.
Oh, come on, Keebler.
Yeah, the Chewy cookies are the closest to eating chocolate chip cookie dough as you can get. That's what I think.
Pretty close.
The crispy ones are good if it's a cookie. Soft and chewy ones, I mean, they're so close to almost just eating cookie dough. It's
Doesn't have
these
much
aren't
of a
too
smell.
bad. These aren't too bad. These actually taste more like cookie dough than the other soft ones.
So, Keebler, I wish I could have seen my chocolate chips. And it made me think of eating a Fig Newton. So for that, your score went down. Your overall average is 66.8.
Very interesting. Mine was 63.8. Slightly higher than Chips Ahoy, but for some reason it came under the Simple Mills. So even though I didn't actually like the dryness of the Simple Mills, it still ranks less than that, which is interesting. Next up, we have our Pepperidge Farm. Hopefully they remember what a chocolate chip cookie is.
Yes.
So,
All right, everybody. We're going to move on to Pepperidge Farm Montauk Milk Chocolate Cookies. Montauk, I looked up, is actually a people of the Native American tribes out of Long Island. And also, in the Middle East, a chocolate chip cookie is usually ate with chocolate sauce and with a knife and fork. Who knew? So
Yeah.
fancy.
so we should be eating this with a knife and fork then.
I prefer fingers. This Pepperidge Farm cookie is a lot, not thicker than the
It's bigger
Simple
though.
Mills, but it's, has a wider shape.
A wider shape.
Okay, not a wider shape. This has more.
This is a larger
larger
cookie that came in the Pepperidge Farm package. Now they don't have as many cookies in the package as the other ones, but these are definitely bigger. Seems like it has more vanilla in it or something. Definitely milk chocolate.
Good job, Pepperidge Farm. You always know how to make a great cookie.
So far so good. Their crispy ones were good. These ones are good.
Yeah.
There is one thing I don't like about the Pepperidge Farm. You know what that is?
The non-resealable package.
The non-resealable package. It was like the other one. And I don't know how in this day and age we do not have a little Ziploc thing on it. If it wasn't for that, it'd be very good. So let's go ahead and rank these.
All right. Good job, Pepperidge Farm. My score increased for you to a 72.4.
Wow, that is going up. Mine as well. I don't know how many can go up that much higher compared to the other ones, but I came out with a 65.4. So far that's my number one out of all the four we've tried, and we have one more left.
But I have to say, with the Pepperidge Farm, in each category, it did go up.
I think so as well. So next up, we will have our final one, which is the Great Value Chewy Chippers.
Now, if you remember from our last episode, the not the Chewy, but the chocolate chippers from Great Value were very similar to the Chips Ahoy. So I am intrigued to find out what they are this time.
That's true. I think it feels like they're made by the same people, just in a different package for, a generic store brand. But let's bring one out and try it. So we have our final cookie here. This is a Great Value brand cookie, Chewy Chippers. It looks close to the Chips Ahoy. Now the crispy ones actually looked much closer together. They looked closer together than the chewy ones did.
I have to say, this has lots of chocolate chips, front and back.
This
So
has
that's
a lot of chocolate chips,
way better than the Keebler so far.
and it has a smell. So that's unique as well.
It smells like chocolate. It's the only one that smelled like chocolate so far.
That's true. It smells like chocolate. It's not actually a chocolate chip cookie. I smell that. You're right. The chocolate.
It smells almost like the hot chocolate.
Really? I don't like it. It's that aftertaste, don't you? Is that
No.
cinnamon?
No, it's the chocolate in it. I'm sure it just has so much chocolate in it.
It tastes like cinnamon. See,
I don't
right there,
taste bad.
that aftertaste.
Did you know that the world's largest chocolate chip cookie came from the Immaculate Baking Company in North Carolina in 2003?
Wow.
Guess how much this cookie weighed?
How much was it?
40,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It took 30,000 eggs and 10 million chunks of semi-sweet chocolate.
Goodness. Probably need a whole pool full of milk to go with that cookie.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But
And it was 101 feet in diameter, so that's one large cookie.
that is one large cookie. I would totally be sick eating that.
For the great value, chocolate chip cookie was 74.2 for me.
Wow, that went up, huh?
It is actually my number one on my list. I think it's because it had so many chocolate chip cookies. The cookie itself is soft, other than the chips. Those kind of have a little crunch to them, but that's expected. And yeah, I mean, the texture was there. I mean, the color, I based that on the chocolate chip cookies in there. And the only thing that went down that wasn't the highest was actually packaging. And it's really because of the non-resealable package again. So
It's true. I went down on my packaging as well. It was not as good, kind of generic, but it says great value. So it's pretty much almost a knockoff of the Chips Ahoy Chewy one. But mine came out to a 64.2, which is slightly worse than the Simply Mills, but better than the Keebler. So not as good. I mean, actually, no, that ranked higher than my Chips Ahoy for some reason. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the smell or that cinnamon taste in it that I ranked it one or two more because of that. So
hey,
that
great
was
value.
very interesting.
Chewy Chippers, great job.
I
great
guess great value right there. You know.
All right, so the great value was my highest score.
That is interesting.
With a 74.2. What was your highest?
My highest was the Pepperidge Farms with a 65.4.
Wow, that's
that was
incredible.
my favorite. I think they make great cookies. I like the larger look.
They are nice.
The only thing I take away from is the packaging, but other than that, they are excellent.
Pepperidge Farm actually rated my second one, so it was very close.
That is wild.
72.4.
That's good.
Higher
That's
than
good.
the score you gave it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
my
generous.
second was Simply Mills, and I don't really know why other than I thought the smell was a lot better, but everything else was roughly the same. The taste the same. You know, it was crumbly. I didn't like the crumbly, and I should take off more for that. No, that was my second.
What about your third?
Third, surprisingly enough, and I don't know how it came out to that, is the great value. I think it's like cinnamony, maybe more vanilla-y, more whatever. But great value came out to be my third. So.
Oh yeah. Well, for my third, it was the Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy? That's cool. No, my Chips Ahoy actually fell a little bit. It actually, that's my next one. Number 4 is Chips Ahoy. Maybe I use that because as my baseline, but for some reason that definitely ranked lower than the great value, which is shocking. So good job, great value.
Yeah, good job.
You're probably a great value for the cookie you get.
I would say so. My number 4 was the Simply Mills.
Oh, the Simply Mills.
So it was kind of low on my list.
Yeah. They were more of a cakey than cookie if they were, but dry. I don't know. So what's your last?
My last.
Least favorite?
Is something I don't think you've said yet either. You want to say it on 3?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Keebler.
Oh,
failed.
so sad. You shouldn't strive to look like a Fig Newton. That's what got it for me. It was so
They used to be one of my favorite cookies when I was younger. I used to love the Keebler ones, soft bake over almost any of the other ones. But
although their
recently,
package was nice.
no.
I mean, I love the little elves on it. You get me every time.
Yep. But nope, they are some of the grossest out of this chewy.
Not a big fan of your chocolate chip cookies. I think I was more of a fan of your crispy or crunchy chocolate chip cookies, but the chewy, not so much.
Nope.
Not so much. Fell apart. So sad.
that is our review of the Chewy chocolate chip cookies. They were interesting to say the least. They were definitely different than the crispy chocolate chip cookies, but they
I
were
like
all
them
good
more
nonetheless.
overall. I
Yeah,
like the chewiness
I think
of
Chewy's
them.
are much better than the crispy. I prefer them as well.
Unless you got a big glass of milk that you need to dunk, and I think that the crunchy would hold up a little better. But
Oh yes, if you're a dunker in the milk, crispy's the way to go.
hey, leave it in the comments. Let
Yeah.
us know if you like chocolate chip cookies that are chewy or crunchy. What's your favorite?
Yeah. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and also hit the like button while you're at it. It helps out more than you think.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye.